They called it peace. Humanity called it hope. But when Commander Kaelen handed over our world's secrets, betrayal hit harder than any weapon. In the blink of an eye, everything we trusted turned against us, and the galaxy thought it had won. But they underestimated what humans do when cornered. What happens next will redefine survival forever. The diplomatic chamber gleamed with crystalline walls that refracted light into impossible colors. Commander Kaelen stood before the threshold assembly, humanity's first formal contact with the galactic collective in 3 decades. The alien diplomats sat in perfect stillness, their bodies like living bronze sculptures. Everything seemed peaceful. Too peaceful. "We accept your terms," Kaelen said, extending the datasphere containing Earth's resource coordinates. "Mutual trade, our equal partnership." The lead diplomat, Rythax, tilted his angular head. His eyes were obsidian pools that reflected nothing. "Partnership," he repeated, the words sliding through his throat like oil. "Yes, we value partnership deeply." The moment Kaelen placed the sphere in Rythax's palm, the chamber's light shifted. Not dimmed. Shifted. The crystalline walls began pulsing with a frequency that made Kaelen's bones ache. "What are you doing?" Kaelen demanded. Rythax's face cracked into something resembling a smile. "Claiming what weaker species always surrender. Your coordinates, your worlds, your resources." He crushed the sphere, its data already transmitted. "You came expecting civilization. You met efficiency." Kaelen felt his heart turn to ice, not from fear, from understanding. The assembly had never intended negotiation. They had engineered this moment, using humanity's hope against itself. "You made a mistake," Kaelen said quietly. "Did we?" Rythax stood, his body unfolding to nearly 3 meters tall. "Your fleet is 3 weeks away. Our armada surrounds this station. What mistake could we have possibly made?" Kaelen smiled. It was not a pleasant expression. "You assumed we came unprepared." Admiral Torven watched the diplomatic station on her tactical display. The Leviathan-class warship hung in the void like a sleeping predator, its hull composed of matter humans had synthesized from collapsed quantum states. Not metal. Not exactly. Something that existed between dimensions. "Signal just came through," Tactical Officer Jex reported. "The Betrayal Protocol. Commander Kaelen transmitted the code." Torven felt the familiar weight settle in her chest. Guilt, regret, hope, all fighting for space. He knew this might happen. We all did. "Orders, Admiral?" She looked at the assembled fleet. 47 vessels, each one containing technology the galaxy considered impossible. Humans had spent decades analyzing the wreckage from their first contact war, the conflict that had taught them a terrible lesson. Trust was a luxury survival could not afford. "Activate the paradox engine," Torven ordered. "Show them what happens when you betray a species that learns." Rythax was still explaining humanity's inevitable extinction when the station's sensors screamed warnings. The assembly fleet, numbering over 300 vessels, suddenly found themselves facing something their physics could not explain. The human warships did not move through space, they moved through probabilities. One moment, so they were light years away. The next, they occupied every possible location simultaneously, their paradox engines collapsing quantum uncertainty into tactical advantage. "Impossible," Rythax whispered. "Matter cannot." "Cannot what?" Kaelen interrupted. "Exist in superposition? We taught it to. That is what you never understood about humanity. We do not accept limits. We rewrite them." The first human salvo tore through the assembly fleet like thought through silence. Not lasers, not missiles. Weapons that targeted the space where enemy ships would be in the next 3 seconds, eliminating the concept of evasion. Rythax's bronze skin paled to ash. You learned this from us? From the wreckage of the First Contact War? We learned something better, Kaelen said. We learned what you fear. Adaptation. Evolution. The very things you declared impossible for lesser species. Admiral Torven watched the battle unfold with no satisfaction. Each destroyed assembly vessel represented lives, civilizations. But she had learned the galaxy's cruelest truth. Survival demanded terrible mathematics. They are requesting surrender, Jex reported. Torven closed her eyes. Do we accept? That depends, Jex said quietly. Are we the species that shows mercy, or the species that ensures this never happens again? The question hung in the void between them. The paradox engine hummed, holding 47 warships in quantum superposition, capable of being everywhere and nowhere. Humanity had become what it fought. Or had it? Had they merely revealed what they always were? Signal the assembly, Torven finally said. We accept their surrender. But the galaxy needs to understand something. What is that, Admiral? Humanity does not forgive easily. And we never forget. The war fleet hung in the darkness, a monument to betrayal's consequences. The assembly would rebuild. Humanity would watch. And the question that neither species could answer remained. In becoming powerful enough to survive betrayal, had humanity lost something it could never reclaim? If you enjoyed this story of humanity's terrifying evolution and want more tales of galactic consequences, like and subscribe for more.